Your practice to describe people as idiots?
I think so.
My practice to describe people is my practice.
She was
Another day, another.
Oh no! Part 9. Enjoy.
I just drank on the job and stuff like that, and her behavior was
Objection, relevance.
horrible.
She's already testified. Kate James has testified, and I think the bias, we can...
All right, I'll allow that. Go ahead.
Thank you. Okay. Please describe for the jury what your...
The stuttering guys.
job responsibilities Kate had and how you communicated with her and kind of how
Getting ready
that
to
worked.
lie.
Objection, compound.
Oh no.
Johnny and I kind of lived in this insular bubble anyway when we were together. But we would send emails, texts, and a lot of voice memos, voice notes. And, you know, if I found that if I said, Kate, you know, you left the car running with your doors open and your kids in the car on the street, you need to
Objection,
move it.
hearsay.
Deposition, didn't you say
Oh,
that
this
what
guy.
you did was compare Mr. Depp's performance
And
in
then
lots
Magic
of
Destroyer.
pirate movies against his deposition testimony
What
here?
I said was I've seen Mr. Depp do apology ads. I remember he did an apology ad with Bad Dog with no delay in process speed. I've seen him interact with the media regarding to that. I saw no delay in processing speed. All I'm saying
Let
to
me
you is-
ask you about pirates, though. You compared pirates to the to the depositions given in this case.
and I apologize for what I said.
You misspoke.
no.
You didn't make the comparison.
Right now, just a second ago? Just a second ago, I may have said that I misspoke. I apologize, I misspoke.
Okay. Because you know you can't compare pirates to sworn testimony, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But you can, but as an aside, you can judge someone's processing speed at any time. Like I'm judging yours right now, you're judging mine. We all judge processing speed.
Yeah, okay.
What? Oh. Okay.
As a baseline, because of what we know about each other, I would say your process speed right now is not slow. So, I mean, we're judging processing speed. I'm just
He's
saying.
not slow at all. Oh my god.
So, but no, any of Mr. Depp's other portrayals in movies, did that affect your analysis of processing speed?
Only I've seen him interact on interviews, and that was it.
Right.
When he
I
wasn't.
love that guy so much. Oh my god.
But
So
Willy
much content.
Wonka doesn't matter to you.
I love that movie.
You see him in that movie, Charlie and Chocolate Factory? Did you look at that one when you were comparing his processing speed?
Oh yeah, that movie.
Do I have to answer that question?
You have to answer questions. Yes, sir.
No, you'll be happy to know I didn't see Willy Wonka I didn't see 21 Jump
this
Street when it
guy.
happened, or whatever it was about. No, I did not.
All right.
Your Honor, there is, Ms. Schulman, also of the ACLU, acknowledged that Ms. Heard's op-ed referred to Mr. Depp.
Yep.
So
That
it's
is
very
true.
clear that the ACLU and Ms. Heard intended. That was the whole purpose of this, so that they could get interest in this and it would coincide
Yes.
with the premiere of Aquaman, because otherwise no one would have been interested in anything written by Ms. Heard.
Another day, another sleigh. Period.
Mr. Doherty also testified that Ms. Heard only paid 1.3, actually she didn't even pay all that, out of the $3.5 million that she had pledged to the ACLU, and then they helped her lie about it.
Move to
under the
strike
influence.
everything after
I was trying to stop
the
that.
answer to her question.
Your Honor, she was responding.
I'll I'll overrule the objection. That's fine.
Thank you, Your Honor.
This is a situation where you were trying to get Mr. Depp to pay attention to you. Isn't that right?
No, I was trying to stop him from using.
And because he ran away from you at the first sign of trouble, you call him a monster.
I was
right?
trying to stop him from
Yeah,
turning into the monster. The drugs are the key
You
that
know
open the
it.
door.
Who was the
I
real
know
monster
it.
in this
We all know
relationship,
it.
Ms. Heard?
Lives in Johnny, half of Johnny. It's not all of Johnny. The other half of him is wonderful and beautiful and the man I love.
And the other
A
half
long
is
series of text
piece
messages
of
to Mr. Depp that don't get a response.
Johnny.
Is that correct?
That is correct.
You write, "Come grown, face the shit, and we can do anything." You go on a little later to say, "Please come home. Let's apologize to each together." And continuing on page 77, you write, "Not go to bed mad." And it goes on. And I won't read all these messages, but you're saying, "Please answer," over and over again. Right?
It was very
Yeah.
important to me.
Good morning, Dr. Moore.
Good morning.
You said you reviewed Mr. Depp's video deposition, is that correct?
That's correct.
And you said you reviewed Mr. Depp's testimony at this trial, correct?
That's correct.
And was that also a video of his testimony?
Oh no.
Isn't it true, Dr. Moore, that when Mr. Depp did the demonstration in his deposition, he showed that his fingers were hanging over the bar?
Well, even hanging over the bar, it still leaves the dorsum of the hand or the nail vulnerable.
That's
to
not my question, Dr. Moore. My question is, isn't it true?
There we go. There's Camilla. You know, she goes up there. She's like, "Oh yeah, did you see it? Yeah. Are you sure you see it? Yeah. Well then, did you see the part wherever he showed you how his hand was positioned and how he sustained the injury?
That Mr. Depp said his fingers were not laying flat on a table, they were hanging over the bar.
Yes.
Okay. And in fact, you knew that when you made that opinion. Isn't that correct?
Well, I believe that as I demonstrated sitting here, that I said that he had said they were slightly curled over, I think was the description that I gave.
Your description in this courtroom was that it was laying flat, and I think you've done that now twice. But in your deposition, you testified that his fingers were actually hanging over the bar. Isn't that correct?
Objection, Your Honor. Misstates the witness's testimony. He clearly indicated they were curled. They could have been curled.
Overruled.
Oh, there we go again, Mr. the smart guy, the funny smart guy.
During your deposition, what were the circumstances under which you decided to call Mr. Depp an idiot?
Under somebody call Mr. Depp an idiot?
Yeah, you called Mr. Depp an idiot in your deposition. Why?
Oh, I think. Okay. So I think it was in the context. I think it was in the. You probably should read the context of it, because I think the context was, and I'm trying to think back. Okay. And what I thought it was related to was if you're coming to some deposition, okay. And again, I'm thinking back, so you have it in front of you. I don't.
You gotta be better with me, okay?
I'm thinking back.
Is it your practice to describe people as idiots?
I think so.
My practice to describe people is my practice.
Fine. I thought it was based at least in part on the manner in which he testified.
I'm sorry, what?
On the manner in which he testified.
On the manner. I'm sorry. I'm not being difficult. I can't hear. I'm sorry. On what?
You talked about the fact that Mr. Depp indicates that from time to time he uses an earpiece.
Yeah. I mean, I read that. Yes.
Okay. Did you read the testimony of Mr. Wyatt, who told you what was being pumped into that earpiece?
Yeah. I mean, if I remember right, I mean, I think it was lines, right?
No, it was music.
It was music, not his line?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay, what the hell?
Mr. Depp was listening to music rather than being fed his lines. Does that change your opinion as to his cognitive function?
If he was never fed his lines through the earpiece, which I know he was.
Wait,
and that
how
may
would
have
you
been
know
that
that,
example.
though?
Mr. Wyatt may have said that it was music
What the fuck? What is he talking about?
during the actual talking of your lines. Is that what you're saying to me?
Yeah.
Well, you know, if if you can do two things at once, that's a pretty high cognitive function, isn't it, sir?
You know, it's a very good point. Actually,
would
divided
be.
attention is something humans have a lot of trouble in.
But what you found hard to believe, sir, was that
Gatorade.
every line of the script was
Oh
pumped
my
through an
God, no
earpiece.
judge's face
Where did you
here.
ever get the idea that occurred?
That's what I have been. That's what I read in the court review, the court evidence. That's where I got it from.
Right. And
I love his smile. He's like,
You know where-
he's like
whether
sitting there,
Marlon
he's like,
Brando
"You
used
got
to be a
him.
piece?"
You got him.
Whether- isn't he
I got
dead?
him."
yeah,
So the answer is no.
Oh
He does
my
not use one now.
I used the past tense. Sir.
Oh, I'm sorry.
God. Wow. Oh no. She has a good job. It looks fun. Oh my god. Oh yeah. Oh, I don't believe it.
Send you all the text messages for the last 18 months in which he's scoring drugs, in which you'll hear testimony from people in which he's gotten drunk and you know, taken all kinds of different drugs. The whole time. He doesn't get clean and sober. But he claims that he was clean. She flew in from filming The Danish Girls. She's there and he claims that he was just sitting there calmly and she was haranguing him.
And he was paying his
So he took a
fingernails to
shot
like, oh yeah.
glass of vodka.
Oh,
He
I gotta
did
make
that.
sure
She
my
got mad,
head is
took the
steady.
bottle of vodka, was 8 to 10 feet, about where I am from you, and hurled it at him, and it happened to just take off the bottom part of his finger. And then he says she came and burned
their
a hole
facial
in his
expressions. Oh my
cheek.
god.
The testimony is going to be that he self-mutilated on a number of occasions and burned himself in the cheek and also cut himself. But
Yeah.
Amber never did that. And you're going to hear from the experts testifying about this finger injury and how fantastic this version is. Feces on the bed, and had been upset about it and taken a picture and sent it to him. So all of a sudden, a month later, he's got it in his head that Amber has conspired with her friends to defecate on the bed. It's human, not dog, even though they got 2 dogs and one of them has major problems. You'll hear about Boo and Pistol.
Oh my God.
How many times
Oh
they were
no.
in their fights.
Why would
And
they
she
even-
said,
oh my
you know, she's almost half his size. So he, you know, she said, if I pushed him, he doesn't move. He pushes me, I go flying across the room.
Oh.
There are many, many, many photographs. Now, you heard Ms. Vasquez try to say, oh, you can't trust those, it's not the originals. She's got that wrong. It's not from the original devices. Ms. Heard took all kinds of photographs, and her friends took photographs, and all of those remained on the cloud, and all of them have been imaged, and all of them have been examined by their IT experts, and they cannot discredit one photograph.
But they did.
Then she says, oh, and it's got a photo editing thing. Well, all iPhones have the photo editing. It's where you can make it a little lighter or darker. You can move it to the center or not.
Oh man, that's so awesome. Bye. All right, guys, please make sure if you guys want to see more of awesome content like that, the meme compilations, please make sure to go over to Jukedoo and subscribe to his channel. All right, guys, please and thank you.